It's Black Friday, the kickoff for the holiday shopping season. Lots of retailers are offering what are purported to be big discounts. Of course, you have to be wary, both in person and online. But the shopping frenzy may not be the same as in previous years. Bloomberg TV's Shaquille Omari headed down to Macy's flagship department store in New York and filed this report.
Here in the U.S., Black Friday is one of the most popular shopping holidays, but it has certainly looked different than years past. I mean, before you'd see people camping out, long lines, crowds. This year, that was pretty much non-existent. However, there were few people keeping the tradition alive. Macy's Herald Square opened at 6 this morning, and there was a line, the company offering gift cards as a way to lure shoppers. This year is expected to be record-breaking as the National Retail Federation says they're projecting nearly 20 million more shoppers compared to 2019. Now, while we talk about online sales, data from the National Retail Federation says 65% of shoppers will be shopping in store. I spoke with some, and clothing was the top choice for everyone. As for Macy's, they're hoping to come out on top this holiday season. On Monday, the company delaying its earnings report after revealing a former employee intentionally hid at least $132 million in delivery expenses. And that happened over a span of multiple years. All of this causing the stock to dip. Macy's is expected to release its earnings report in 2 weeks, specifically on December 11th. Now, going back to shopping, Cyber Monday is the next time to snag deals on home appliances and electronics. For now, here in New York, Shaquille Omari, Bloomberg News.
Let's turn to retail in Canada now. We'll get the latest from retail analyst Bruce Winder. Bruce, thanks very much for giving us this time. What is your feeling? Is this going to be a good holiday shopping season for retailers in Canada?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the program, Andrew. I think it's going to be sort of flat to down a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a record year at all. I think it's going to be a little soft. Obviously, it depends on who you are and what you sell. But there's just so many headwinds now that the consumer is facing. And there's a lot of consumers who are really tightening the belt this fall.
What is your, I mean, it's hard to be categorical. The hard numbers are hard to get, especially until after the season is over. What areas in particular of retail will be weak, do you think, Bruce?
The big weakness will be discretionary items. So essentials will do fine. People still need essentials. There's people giving essentials as gifts. That's going to do really well. Discretionary items, so more the wants, versus the needs, are going to be a little tougher, and retailers will have to discount significantly to get action there.
The Canada Post strike. My wife this morning was bugging me about sending Christmas cards, and I was able to say, well, no, Canada Post is on strike. So is it going to be hard on some retailers that rely on the postal system?
It is, unfortunately. It's going to be really hard on small retailers who use Canada Post disproportionately for their e-commerce sales. The big companies, the Amazons and the folks like that, they have their own infrastructure. They're much less reliant on Canada Post. It also, though, does impact some of the big companies who send out flyers, paper flyers, because I know a lot of them didn't get out before this holiday, this Black Friday. But it's going to mostly impact small companies, unfortunately.
What about this GST holiday? It has been much derided by commentators. Some have called it a gimmick or just giving us our own money back. And it's on a rather confusing array of products. Apparently, Lego sold for adult use is not going to get the GST break. Do you think it'll make much difference?
No, I don't really think it'll make much difference. I think, to your point, it's been released very late. It's causing a lot of issues. There's going to be a lot of confusion at the cash register. And, I think consumers in some cases will just move their sales around. So those sales might have happened in November. Now they're going to happen in December as a result of this technique.
What about this rise of buy now, pay later? It has been popular. Some public companies offering it have attracted a lot of investor following. Is there a risk, though, of people getting in over their head with debt, for example?
Oh, yeah, big time. I mean, the main users of buy now, pay later are Generation Z. So the young folks, 18 to 25. And there is a massive danger because, it's easy to kind of forget. It's not tracked the same way as you would a credit card. It's easy to forget what you bought and then wake up January, February, and you see these massive amounts of minimum dollar value due. So you really have to be careful with it.
Black Friday itself, I mean, in a way, it's a media creation and it's hype by retailers. But it is a real thing, is it? I mean, large amounts of volume do get done over this day, and then we move into the weekend.
Oh, massive amounts. In the U.S. today, they're going to do about $11 billion in retail sales. In Cyber Monday, they'll do about $13 billion. So you can see that it's easily a huge, call it $1 billion day in Canada at least. It is the #1 shopping day, and people are out there buying.
We're hearing that some consumers are using AI tools to seek out the best bargains. Of course, the retailers are, they're not far behind. They're using AI to maximize the prices they charge to different people. It's an interesting technological battle going on.
It is. It's, AI sort of made its big debut sort of in the public crowd a couple of years ago with ChatGPT, and now you see it everywhere. If you look on any retailer search engine online, they've used, that type of technology. And also you might notice that a lot more of the offers are very personalized to you and relatable. It's because they're using AI to scrape your social media and all of your data to give you sort of offers that make a lot of sense to you.
What about the impact of Temu and Shein, these super low-cost Chinese online marketplaces? Apparently, Amazon is already trying to fight back.
Yeah, it's a very interesting area. I know, Temu is one of them, and I know that about over 30% of Canadians said they're using these apps this fall. And if you look at Temu, they've actually opened it up so that they have domestic vendors that are shipping from Canada. And the interesting thing is in the U.S., Amazon is testing a beta version called Amazon Haul, which is sort of a lower price point version of Amazon. So it's quite interesting to see how this lower price market area has really got a lot of interest in competitors now.
Any other trends you're seeing that are fresh? I was interested to note that some people are giving out gift certificates for Facebook Marketplace where you can buy secondhand stuff. It's actually a pretty handy platform. Sorry, go ahead, Bruce.
No, it's great. No, it's true, Andrew. You know what? People are using Facebook Marketplace. They're shopping in local thrift stores. Thrifting is a major trend. When I was young, thrifting, there was a stigma with it. Now it's a badge of honor. You can get something really unique for someone you love, something that relates to their personality. You're saving the environment and you're saving your pocketbook.
Yeah, I can't pass up a thrift store because you buy old stuff, it's better quality in many cases.
It is better quality.
I wonder, actually, it's interesting. Value Village went public. I think it was within the last year. And of course, they're for profit. They're not charitable. I think they do do some donations. But I wonder, is that going to be a retail story in 2025, secondhand stuff?